Chanel, welcome to the Group X podcast. It's good to have you on the show.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks for having me. It's exciting to be here.
Love this. Now, you're different in our industry. So you're not a gym and you're not from the instructor world, but you're from the equipment side of things, I would say, and the service side of things for equipment. So can you give us a brief rundown, I suppose, outline on who you are and what you're all about in the industry?
Mhm. Well, we have been around for about 16 years now, and we are, well, the fitness doctor. And as it says, we keep your fitness equipment healthy. So whether that be, from installation from the beginning to install the fitness equipment, to servicing, to ongoing, making sure that it's always, ready to go and it is nice and healthy. We do all of that, and then obviously we follow through with the repairs. So any repairs that need to be done, we do that as well. So yeah, we're here to keep it nice and in check for you.
Love that. Love that. I look, I'm going to be honest here and say to listeners and say to people that are watching, Chanel and I have worked with each other for probably about a year or so, maybe a little bit longer now. And I can honestly say that the experience that I've had dealing with Fitness Doctor and yourself has been amazing
Oh,
because
thanks, Tony.
working at the time when I was with Body Bike and we needed some stuff done, it was simple and so effective and easy to make a phone call to say, hey, need some help with this. Are you able to get out there? The fact that you were able to then contact customers and run through that process from beginning to end for us made my life a hell of a lot easier. And I know that the customers were so happy with that as
Yeah.
well. So from me to you, I want to say thanks
No,
straight
thank
up.
you. I really
Because I
appreciate
know that
that.
no, look, the offering that you have and the service that you offer works. So for those guys that are listening, keep listening because we're going to have some amazing detail that you're going to be able to jump into to find out more about what's
Yeah.
going on as well.
But we
So
definitely love what we do. So I think that always makes a big difference. Do you know what I mean?
look,
So we started off really
100%.
little and yeah, we've definitely got an office full of staff that, we're always ready for every wholesaler, every supplier, every customer. So it really makes me happy to hear that because we do genuinely all enjoy what we do. So from us in the office to our techs, I think that we're very lucky to be able to be in the industry that we're in. So
Yeah.
it is good and fun to see.
Someone once said to me, and I can't remember who it was, but Tony, when you enjoy something as much as you do and when you love doing what you do, it doesn't feel like a job. You
No,
just go and you do it, and
exactly.
it's just, yeah, it's life. You get on with it, and it's
Yeah.
so true, isn't it? When you really, really enjoy what you do, well, yeah, it is a job. It's not because you're having fun every single moment of the day.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I think it's good too as well. Like all the people that we work with, even the customers, we can have banter. We, enjoy having, conversations about, many different things. And I think it just makes the
Yep.
day go so quick. I know we never ever sit at work and say, oh my gosh, like today was, it's always, yep, like, did you see this? Oh, yep, okay, let's keep going. So it
Yeah.
is always fun.
Love it. Cool. So I'm going to throw some questions at you
Go for
and
it.
we'll run through them step by step. Now, for those that are listening and watching, it's going to be a different format to what I've normally done in the past. So I want to try something out and I want your feedback as well. So before we get too far in it, please like and subscribe the video, share with your mates and comment on everything that's here as well. One, you're helping the show grow, but helping me get some feedback so I make sure the content is correct for everybody and also for my guests as well. So let's kick it off then. You've told us who the fitness doctor is.
Hmm.
You've sort of mentioned that you do commercial and you do residential stuff. Can you
Yes.
give me an example of what you mean by residential customers?
So residential customers is a customer who has I always use treadmill because treadmills are probably my favorite fitness equipment to use.
Yep.
A treadmill at home that's not working, not turning on, needs a bit of love and attention. We are those people to call. So anything that's residential, home use,
Yep.
that's what I mean by residential. So our
Okay.
residential customers are, obviously during COVID, everybody had a piece of fitness
God,
equipment.
yeah. Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So obviously, and some of the people who had the fitness equipment, for example, went to go and use those fitness equipment and it wasn't working when they needed it. So they call us, we
Sure.
come out and we fix that for them. So that's our residential clientele and just as well as commercial. So for us, commercial is anything that is in the gyms in a high usage area, whether that be
Yep.
stratas, physios, sorry, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head,
Go ahead.
wellness centers,
Book,
anything
yeah,
like
book
that that
gyms.
is
Yep.
correct, that is higher
Yep.
in terms of use, that's our commercial market. commercial also can mean a higher price tag as well.
Yep.
Not saying that residential people don't spend as much on
Yep.
as commercial equipment, but it is two different clientele really. So you do have the domestic, which is residential, and our commercial, which is obviously our commercial customers, which are a lot bigger scale.
Okay. Now, it's probably going to be a very, very silly question for me here.
No,
Is
go for
there
it.
a type of product that you don't service? As in, is there brands that you don't service, or you do service all brands?
No, we service all brands. We do
Yep.
always like to be really straight up with our customers. If I know that it's a brand that we can't get parts for, then we're definitely upfront with that, because
Yep.
there's no point taking on a customer if I know we're not going to be able to follow through with the repair. So there's one section servicing it, which servicing means to us when we say service, it's keeping your machine healthy, keeping it on track, making sure that you're going to get as longevity out of this machine. But if I know, for example, that you've got a machine that we're just not going to be able to get parts for, we usually are completely upfront with that, because as well, that comes back to us and be like, well, we can't get parts for that particular machine. So there's not a lot that we don't touch, to be honest. But,
Yep.
if I know that there is something, I think, oh gosh, where am I going to get that part from? I just
Yep.
won't touch it, because I don't want to be disloyal to the customer, essentially.
For
And
sure.
we always try
Yeah.
and be straight up. So,
Look,
but we
I
can point
think,
them into the direction and into it, something that is going to work for them, which,
yep.
we can definitely do. But yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of the times we can get a lot of different, a hands on a lot of different products. But
Yep.
it's just the fact of sometimes there are those tricky ones where,
Yeah.
oh
Totally.
gosh, I wouldn't even know where to start to get that part for your particular
Yeah.
machine.
Yep. No, brilliant. I like that, because that's almost fact finding before someone's actually out on site as well. So you're saving a whole lot of heartache for any customer, whether it is
That's
a
right.
commercial customer or a residential customer, to be
Yeah,
able to give them enough honest information straight up. If you can't
correct.
get product for whatever reason, you're letting them know. So you're not then going out charging them something, a call out fee, or being on
Oh,
site and then going, oh,
100%.
hang on, no, we can't do it. I think that's
Yeah,
shows credibility as well,
yeah,
which I think
exactly.
is an
And
amazing thing.
And even saying that too, like, that's why even if someone does get in contact with us, we do ask quite a few questions prior to getting the customer booked in, but only because we want to try and be able to be prepared for that repair or for that service. Do you know what I
Sure.
mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah, we do like to ensure that we try and get as much of the information that we can to then be able to really try and get a result whilst we're on site. I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, no, not by any means, but
Yep.
definitely we like to ensure that we've got all the questions answered as much as possible for you.
Brilliant. Now that's the service side of things. Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you also repair equipment as
Repair,
well? As
yes,
in,
yeah, correct.
if someone rings up to say, hey, you know, not so much that I need a service on this, but my treadmill, for some reason, the belt's not turning. Do you
Yeah,
guys help them with that, look after that kind of stuff
definitely.
as well?
Yeah, that's exactly what we do. So anything that you think that whether it be your exercise bike, your elliptical's not turning on, the wheels come off, needs to be, re-greased. We do all of that repair. We do the repair as well as the service. So, say for example, you call me, Tony, and say that your walking belt needs to be replaced because let's just say one of the children, which we've had before, has got the
Yep.
scissors and snipped the walking belt. We can
Yep.
easily replace that. So that's an easy problem for us to fix. Do you know what I mean? So,
Cool. Yep.
yeah, 100%, we can definitely repair that for you. So that's
Okay.
no drama.
For commercial gyms, do you
Hmm.
also offer for installation and that kind of stuff? So if they're, and not, I suppose, not even for commercials, but for anyone, even home
Oh, for
users,
anyone,
do
yeah,
you offer
100%.
the installation side of things so you can help get the equipment set up or put into place or whatever as
Yeah,
well?
definitely. So we work with a lot of different wholesalers, and the wholesalers will be like, right, this product is due to land at this gym on this particular day. Can you go and set it up? So that's pretty much where we come in,
Brilliant.
and we can do that whole process. So
Yep.
it is something that we really enjoy doing. Seeing a empty space turned into it's like a wonderland, really, isn't it? Because it's just so
Yep.
many different products. So that's something that we love doing. So when it comes to installation, I love seeing how an empty room can be transformed and it looks, just like you just want to get into it and start using the equipment. So yeah, so that's definitely something that we can easily do. So for any
Brilliant. Love it.
particular customer.
You touched on there what I class as fitness Christmas. Yeah,
Yes.
when you are at a
Yeah.
brand new gym, or if you're at a gym that's just getting a whole lot of new equipment coming in. I remember back in the days when I was managing in North Sydney that, when new bikes or new equipment had come in, it felt like
Oh,
Christmas
it's so
because you were
exciting. It is
the
so
old stuff would
exciting.
go, and then all of a sudden
Yes.
there'd be this new stuff there, and you'd have
Yeah.
boxes and stuff everywhere, and people would be setting it all up.
Yeah.
It's exciting. So I know from a user, and I suppose from someone in management in the gym, that side of things. But I can only imagine what it's like for your techs as well to be
Oh,
able to
yeah. It's so
be on site
exciting.
and helping, helping
That's right. We've
customers
got it. We've
through
got
that same part.
a big fit out. I think it's this Friday actually. So I can't wait to see that. So it'll be exciting. So we'll be on
Brilliant.
site fitting out some new equipment. So yeah, so that will be really exciting to see as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Cool.
think the installation is the exciting part. Whether it be even a home treadmill, like getting a home, for residential customers as well as
Yep.
commercial, but even a residential customer, getting a new gym, getting a new bike, getting
Yeah.
something new that you can't set up, well, call us. We'll definitely be able to help you.
Brilliant. Guys, I will also make sure that in the show notes there are contact details on how to get in contact with Chanel and the team at the Fitness Doctor. But I wanted to ask a question with relation to servicing for, let's start with residential side for the home
Yes.
users, whether instructors or
hmm
just the home user that bought something. How often should equipment be serviced? How often should the everyday user be looking to service their equipment at home?
Yeah. So for residential, I would definitely say 6 to 12 months. Now, 6 months if you are like, for example, we've got a customer now and she's running for a marathon. So she's training for a marathon. So she would definitely need I'd even say for her every 3 months for her treadmill.
Yep.
So it just depends on the user, but our rough recommendation would be 6 to 12 months. And there's even
Yep.
things that you can do at home yourself to be able to ensure that, you can keep your products maintained, healthy, and, not get dried. Greasing is important.
Yep.
Lubrication of the treadmills is really important. So there's certain things that customers can do, wiping the sweat away. Do you know what I mean? Ensuring that there's no rust.
Yep.
Vacuuming underneath the machines. I know that sounds a little bit silly, but some people don't, and all the dust
Yep.
and debris can get caught up. So things like that, even people can do. It's just, just really putting maybe a little bit of time aside just to ensure that they can uphold that every month. And then
Yeah.
we can come in for a 6 to 12 month service. That's no problem.
Is that something that the techs will sort of help them with, like, if they've never done anything before and they're a bit like, well, I've had this treadmill here and you know what, we need to get it serviced because look, it's all covered in dust and it's got half the washing hanging on it. So we want to start using it. We're going to get the washing off and start using it.
Yeah.
When the tech comes out, will the tech give them some advice around what they can do for longevity as well?
Certainly, yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Brilliant.
There is some there is some customers, for example, whether it be commercial or residential, who don't want to borrow it. They're like, no, you just do it, which is perfectly fine. But then there's the
Yeah.
customers who are like, right, how do I look after this? And they're the
Yeah.
customers that we can definitely be able to, give them that knowledge and power to be able to go forward and, show them things that need to be done. So,
Yeah.
like no question's a dumb question. So,
Yeah.
we're always
Yep.
happy to show whatever they need to be shown.
Cool. What about for commercial equipment then? How often
Mhm.
should gyms and commercial places be looking to have their equipment
Serviced.
serviced and maintained?
I would definitely say every minimum 2 months. So every minimum of 2 months that someone should come in, whether it be your own provider, whoever you feel comfortable with to use, definitely. Only because it really does save you money in the long run. And I know sometimes people think, oh gosh, it's a little bit of money out, like, every 2 months to outlay. But I promise you, in the long run, it saves you thousands. So it
Yeah.
is something that, and don't get me wrong, I understand, everything costs money, but when you look at a small amount to a huge repair, it's completely different. And there's
Yep.
even things that the commercial customers can be doing in terms of making sure that their cleaners can really clean around the machines. That's really important because sometimes some machines are kept in such a small space, because,
Yeah.
should I say the size of the room isn't as big, just making
Yep.
sure that, same thing, no, it's done, but the dust and debris, get under there, get rid of that. All these little things play a huge part in making sure that your machine is going to have that longevity. So I definitely recommend every 2 months
And
minimum.
I suppose using the right chemicals as well for cleaning is
100%.
vital to it because
Exactly.
there are some
Yeah.
chemicals that can destroy your bits
Yeah.
or pieces of your equipment a lot faster than other
Yeah.
stuff as well. Is that something that the service techs would advise as well, just to make sure that, hey gang, if you're going to be cleaning this stuff up, make
Yeah.
sure your cleaner's not using the abrasive stuff, make sure they're using whatever it may be.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even as well, like in places where they have fitness equipment, near, this is residential as well, but near a pool room. So, or even near the ocean, you see so much more rust, so much more, corrosion. So it's things like that even we can, touch base with them about, hey, use this to wipe down your treadmill as opposed to, just leaving it, because you're definitely going to, all of that just plays a big part in building it up. So,
Yep.
anything that helps them in the long run, it helps, it helps us, because we do not want to see a customer without the machine. So
Yeah. True.
it's good.
Now, is there where do you service? What areas do you service? Are you mainly in CBD areas? Are you only in New South Wales? Can you give us a bit of a rundown on what areas geographically? Oh, can't even say that word today. Geographically,
Yeah.
that you look after.
So all of, should I say, we've got technicians all around Australia in the metro areas. So,
Oh.
so yes,
Yep.
anywhere metro that, is around Australia, we definitely have technicians. And if not as well,
Yep.
we can always jump on a FaceTime call. So our techs are happy to be able to do that. So if it's something, for our, poor remote customers who are in the middle of the nowhere, but usually those customers are quite smart. So honestly, they can get a result. We always can definitely help them too. So we've been in, numerous circumstances where we can, be on a FaceTime call. They've got the tools ready. We can be able to assist them and kind of talk them through that process. So,
Brilliant.
there's not really anything that we haven't been able to do really. It's just, making sure that we've got a technician ready to be able to assist where a customer needs help. So that's no problem.
Now, it's probably going to be the silliest question I asked today. Well, I hope it's going to be the silliest
No,
question
I
I
don't
asked
think there's been any silly question.
Oh no, this is Tony you're talking to. Is it business hours Monday to Friday, or how does servicing work? I mean, I'm a residential customer as an example,
Yep.
and I've got a bike, but I work from 9 to 5, and I for whatever reason I can't get home. Are
Yeah.
you able to do outside of hours? Are you able to do weekend work? How does that sort of fit in with what you offer customers?
So depending on the technician, so for example, if a customer says to us, look, we need it at a certain time, we'll then touch base with the technician and liaise with them about that and say, we need
Cool.
you to make this, please, can you make this work? Usually, but we've been doing this for 16 years and we haven't had an issue. So we can always definitely
Cool.
work around a customer's needs. It'll obviously just be sometimes if for example, commercial customers, if they need it prior to opening time or prior to, there's certain times where we need the club free to be able to do them to work safely, should I say, without customers, their clientele being around, then we have to work around that as well. So
Cool.
so there's not really much that we can't accommodate to. So that's definitely
There's a lot of flexibility.
100%.
Brilliant.
Yes.
That's nice to hear. Now I can see some stuff there behind you.
Oh,
Do you
yes.
guys sell product as well?
Yes, we do. So this is definitely for our residential customers. So for example, we've just brought in our, I can't show you the treadmill cover. So we've got a treadmill cover that we've got. We've got our lubricant, which you need to lubricate your treadmill every 24 to 40 hours of use, which is really important. And then we've got our gold treadmill kit, which contains lubricant as well as a nice cleaning spray to be able to keep your machines nice and clean. And then we've got our silver treadmill kit, which obviously has an application wand and 3 satchels of lubricant. So the easiest one for me to use personally would be the silver kit down the bottom. And then once I've run out of the satchels, then I can purchase the treadmill lubricant. But it's so easy to use. And trust me, I'm definitely not a technician by any means, but that's my probably the easiest one for me to be able to do. So
brilliant. Now, what's the best way for people to be able to get in touch with you if they want to, one, either book a service or two, get some of that amazing product that is that's behind you there? What's the best way for them to get in touch?
They can get in touch with us either via email or jump to our website. So our website's got a contact us page, and we're at the fitnessdoctor.com.au.
Okay, so
and our email address doctor.com.au. And our email address is info@fitnessdoctor, so FITNESSDOCTOR.com.au.
Mate, that's easy. That's
Yeah,
so
it's so
easy. It's
easy.
not funny.
And there's
Yeah.
always a contact us page. So if you don't get
Yep.
through on our phones, because our phones are continuously, you know, we're
Can
always
imagine.
continuous on the phone, then
Yeah.
pop us an email and we pretty much get back to you straight away. So yeah, we're definitely quite quick that way. So if you ever need anything, please feel free to, you know, reach out to us, even if it's a dumb question, even if you're not so sure about something or you have a, you know, question to ask. Yeah, definitely feel free to get in contact with us. That's no problem.
Guys, I can say for honestly for sure there is no dumb questions because I thought I was going to ask a dumb one and Chanel was able to answer it. So I reckon if you get in contact and Chanel answers the phone or even via email,
Yeah,
you're not
that's
going to have a
right.
dumb question. She'll be able to answer it for you
Yeah.
for sure. Chanel, is there anything else that we need to let listeners and people watching know about the Fitness Doctor that we haven't touched on yet?
No, we definitely love what we do, like I said. So I
Yep.
think that's, you know, that definitely shows in our work and, you know, in all of
Yeah.
we're very lucky enough to have such, you know, fantastic technicians that do work for us. And we are very passionate. Just, I think it's important to make sure that all clubs, whether it be back to commercial or residential, service and
Yep.
keep their machines you know, happy and healthy. So, and we're more than happy to do that. Just
Brilliant.
like a car needs to be serviced, so does your fitness equipment.
Yeah.
So that is where we can take over for you and be able to ensure that we keep it in tip-top shape.
Guys, you've heard it here from Chanel directly. Make sure you're looking after your equipment because it is vital, as we know, especially in clubland, for making sure that your equipment is preventative maintenance. So it's, as Chanel was saying, every 2 to 3 months to make sure that it's not breaking down. Yeah, your
Right.
members don't want to come in and have a piece of equipment in front of them that is not working or is out of order. If you spend that little bit of time, a little bit of effort, and a little bit of money to make sure that you're on top of them and servicing them regularly, your member retention is going to be fine. You're not going to have an issue with that kind of stuff as well. So, Chanel, from me to you, thank you so much for coming in
Thank
and coming on
you.
the show to have a bit of a chat with me and sharing what the Fitness Doctor does. As I said, we will have details in the notes, the show stuff below, so you'll be able to grab some stuff down there to make sure you're able to get in contact with Chanel and the team as well.
Perfect.
But
Thanks,
thanks so much.
guys.